Pantheon or Akali yet.
Sure.
So maybe these are predictive new possibilities. Caitlyn, he has played. And that is definitely going to hit home. But again, the Fiora that we saw him on most recently is what he's known for in the OPL.
Yep.
And was probably his most stylish victory. So maybe he'll lock it in again here. The double combat summoners is what he used last time, going for the all-in, ignite, exhaust, grabbing that, hitting the vitals.
And if he's up against something like an Orianna, you should be able to always riposte Shockwave. So that is certainly very powerful. And oh, look at this, Caps bringing back the Vayne. I believe he is the famous mid Vayne as well from LEC. I guess EULCS technically even played it. Incoming LEC. So Vayne Fiora has been played top lane at some point, I assume.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Probably never been played mid.
For sure solo queue.
Yeah, for sure in solo queue.
I mean, some Fioras have been played mid, not too much recently. Even in pro play, we had some Fioras mid. He did it in the LCS. Vayne versus Fiora is super interesting, though. Trying to tumble out, dodge the riposte, trying to get your condemns down on the lunges. Protect your vitals is always such a cool mini game as well.
If you're able to riposte condemn, it's going to be a stun, and you're almost certainly in range of it. So if the prediction lands and Pabu gets a riposte stun, he probably gets the kill. If he's late, he's going to be disengaged. Caps can keep using the range. Like, I expect the Fiora to be poked out. But anytime Vayne is in auto attack range, she should be within lunge range as well. So we might see a trade of blows. The problem is, though, there's no good way out for Fiora. If she's not willing to all in, you're going to get run down by Vayne triggering Silver Bolts.
I'm pretty sure he's willing to all in. The man's taking Exhaust and Ignite, or at least he did last time.
It just depends when, right? Because you can, like, riposte, sorry, not riposte, but lunge's cooldown is longer than Tumble. So there is going to be situations where Pabu can't keep up with Caps. He's going to have more move speed than him. He's going to have more tumbles, more dashes. So I think this matchup is tenuous. I think it comes down to some of the crowd control.
Yeah, I mean, if you miss a lunge as well, then the cooldown is huge. You're not going to get it back at all, and that's pretty much the big outplay for me. That's what I was talking about, condemning the lunges. Here we go, though. Does touch that one.
Wow, and he's doing lethal tempo as well, so it's really high damage here for Caps. And there's actually a lunge down, so he's going to go back for the Vita, but doesn't get it. He's still going to do it. He's got double sums, keep in mind, on both sides here. There's heal down, there's exhaust. And he can get chased, though. He can get chased, and he has flash. This could be a kill right away. Ignite and outplay it. He's got to find a vital. He's got to find the damage. Pabu needs one hit, and he's going to have it before minions even spawn.
The Q came back up just in time to finish the game. And just like that, game number 1 is over before it even gets started.
Kobe, on the first day, we were worried too many 1v1s would come down to 100 CS. This one came down to 0.
So, like we were talking about, the lunge hits, that means he can keep up the chase here, but that lunge into the wall means Caps knows there's a huge cooldown. I'm going to keep up this chase no matter what. Going in and out of the brush here for Pabu, he's trying to gain some distance. The tumble backwards during the exhaust means that Caps has to face check here. He flashes in, and even with the sweeper going, he can't get the damage out in time. Lunge comes back up, and Pabu is on the board.
Sustain mattered a lot.
It's match point already.
It's match point already. Second win plus Revitalize was a lot of health coming back in. Obviously chucked the potion, had the Doran shield in there as well. He probably regened 150 health over maybe like 6 seconds during that chase. Like, he was an auto or two from dead. Rune choice mattered a lot there. That gave him a lot more health than Caps's Taste of Blood and Ghost Poro did. That secondary rune tree was the difference in the mechanics of how that fight played out.
Look at him. He's entering a state of zen now after that extremely crazy game number 1.
Yeah.
Are you, for game number 2, you think Caps is coming back? Are you going with the people's champion, as Shock steamed him?
I think we're going to game 3. I think we're going to game 3, honestly. Look, there's 2 things I've seen watching esports, specifically in North America, is anytime there is an underdog versus a favorite, the North American, and NA is not in this battle anymore because why would they in the final? The North American crowd gets behind the underdog. So they cheered for Taipei Assassins back in Season 2 when they took down Azubu Frost. That was a huge deal. I remember them getting called the Taipei Americans just because the NA crowd back in LA was hoping they would win. At this point, it's like, Caps, you took us out of the finals. You yourself on Fnatic took Cloud9 out. So I know the NA crowd is behind Pablo here. hoping to knock down Caps a little peg. So I understand the audience is behind the Oceanic top laner. But Caps, I think, pulls back this one.
All right, Ban's already out and hovers on Neeko. Are we going to get another Neeko? This would be Caps' third Neeko pick of the tournament. Started out really early on with it and has quickly gained mastery.
Ooh, and Aurelia is going to be locked in here. So it is going to be another aggro champion. Pabu's going to be pushed back by the wave clear of Caps.
Definitely within the top lane pool. We were talking about Pabu and, the Fiora and Darius were the only, super true top lane champion.
He's got an upside down keyboard. Oh, wait, no, that's Caps. Never mind. Sorry, that was a bad joke. The first shot, keyboard's upside down, I was really confused. It's like there's no answer to really the keyboard, and then I realized it's the camera shot. All right, I ruined everything. Kobe gives you a double thumbs up.
I don't think you could ruin it.
Ooh,
look at that blue steel. It's a blue steel for Pabu.
Gosh. Can he turn left, though? That's the question.
I don't think he's going to have to here. He can get up out of the chair. 2-0. He's calling the shots. Very confident in his Aurelia play. We saw Rookie go for the tower dive on Aurelia. Didn't turn out so well. It was very close, though. Getting to level 6 is, of course, what you're looking for the all-in potential. A bunch of side drinkers here on the water as well. Pretty good technique. Nobody's spilling on themselves.
You don't really need the microphone. You're in a 1v1 where your only comms are your opponent. Like, you could just move it and go for the more, standard drink, but...
Or you could have confidence in your own abilities.
Yeah.
It's necessary in a 1v1 environment, Freak.
To the Snowdown Showdown.
Sure. All right, so Pabu. Now keep in mind, Aurelia Q does heal you, so there is some merit to overshield. If he's at full HP, Q will give him a little bit extra there. And the Biscuit's Time Warp. I still really, really prefer the Resolve secondary, but maybe there is a lot of benefit.
Yeah, I mean...
in the Biscuits. I mean, Biscuits are burst sustain when you've got this, like a burst heal when you've got Time Warp Tonic, so I do get that is some extra sort of in-combat, like really meaty durability.
Also, Aurelia definitely does rely on her mana resource as well, so, I mean, Domination Second is super good for health sustain, but definitely going to need the extra mana for trades. Caps, though, on the Neeko, should be able to get the early push on these minions after forcing Pabu back to base.
And I think I do like him going for this Nimbus Cloak on...
Yeah, I think...
On actually, Neeko, because the R, you're going to get in the ring.
Yeah, every Neeko that I've seen has taken it for better R placement. I think it's 100% necessary on Summoner's Rift, and also a pretty good choice here for 1v1.
Of course, we'll see if it gets that far. We've had a lot of very explosive games where level 6 never comes in. And it's Corrupting Potion versus that Doran's Ring 2 pots here. We already saw the runes and fairly standard stuff with Inspiration Secondary. Caps did miss 1 CS, I believe, but he's still okay.
Should be just a little bit of farming here for the level 1. Caps gets early level 2. Does he go for a snare?
Ignites that stun. Ooh. Because he was 4-stacked on the Q right then, so that could have been decent damage. It's Ignite Flash for both, so there's no CC coming out of Summoner spells.
Yeah. Bloom goes a little bit wide there as well.
Yeah. I think them having Flash does favor the Neeko, because you can jump, let's say, over the R wall or get out of an E stun. I think there's a lot of good usability there.
Ooh.
That was the real one. Yeah.
He
didn't necessarily know. Ignite side, he's going for it right away! He's going right away! He's going to the turret! Oh, it's so close, but it's Caps who pulls it back!
Oh my goodness, one more tick and he goes down!
That is confidence. Another auto away.
Another Aurelia, another failed dive.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so close there. Pabu, let's take another look at it starting, Freak.
So he goes right in, he finds the stun, doesn't realize it's the real one until later on. Oh no, he finds the auto. So he is vaguely aware that it could be that. And he's like, yeah, I got this, has the reset.
He goes to stack up the passive, Flash answers here, gets his auto off, but has nothing left. There's no more Qs, he used all the resets, and Caps just barely under the turret finds the answer.
And the only games Pabu has actually lost have been in turret dives under that turret. Going in and being an auto attack or a Q away from getting that kill, just narrow margins there. But it means Caps pulls it back, and now we have a final game. One last battle on Murder Bridge to decide, is it Caps or Pabu who takes that Ice Lodge Draven Axe as the trophy?
All right, game number 1, we got to level 1. Game number 2, we got to level 2. Maybe, I don't think anyone hit level 3, so.
I don't think so.
Maybe this game, we could get to level 3 before it comes to a climactic finish here at All-Stars in Vegas.
Oh, man.
We have had such a crazy tournament leading up to this one.
Seriously.
Big display from both of these guys, getting past multiple world champions. And now there's only one left. All right, what the ban's going to be? Are they going to let Aurelia through once again? I think you actually just do.
Yeah.
I didn't write down the ban from last time. I think it was, Urgot was the same.
I think they had the same bands all the way through on both the first 2 games. I love, by the way, that Champs League music is Silver Scrapes. I think it's very fitting for the final game of All-Stars.
Another Pantheon ban. So this is just a blocker ban from Caps over and over, even though Pabu has not used it. I think Westor was the only one to actually use Pantheon. He got a bunch of regeneration.
Yeah.
With
but he was getting out-farmed, and he couldn't finish.
He only had one longsword, so he didn't have a lot of damage behind the kill threat or the all-ins.
Yeah. All right. Gets rid of the Fiora. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, Cassio, Urgot, Jace, I feel like we're all bans that Pabu's used before, at least in game 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
Does Caps respect Aurelia? Actually, I think it's a decent chance we have Aurelia mirror here. I think Caps would happily take that gauntlet, and I feel like Pabu would pick it up as well.
Akali's in the air as well. I kind of want to see some more Akali.
That's actually pretty hype, too.
Puts a lot of pressure around that level 6.
Right, what do we have? No Darius, which means he's going to do a melee.
That was used by Pabu, round 3.
I think Caps is going to play something melee because of the Darius ban.
Oh, is he running it back?
I think he was willing to play Aurelia here.
If he blind picks the Lissandra into Aurelia?
But see, I don't think you'd pick Liss if you were going to ban Darius. Like, I think you'd let him, you'd hope play the champion, then play Liss into it, right? Like, you pick something that you would expect to lose to Darius, which is why I think he's going melee. He was because he was hovering Liss every game in the semifinals, so I think he's doing it.
Fair enough.
But maybe I'm wrong.
He's definitely contemplating right now.
Yeah.
You can see
the furrowed brow.
The cogs turning.
Oh. Yeah, I think this is the matchup. Aurelia's locked in.
Oh. The last minute flop.
Okay. Just like Nico's the chip for him.
Once again, we're going to have a Nico and an Aurelia in here. Are we going to get to level 3, Freak?
I think we are. I think Pabu knows the only way he's lost this entire tournament here was a little bit too overzealous on the tower dives. I think he actually pulls it back. The question is, does he pull back too far? Because this is a matchup where you have to find an all-in. You can't be too passive or you will automatically lose.
Yeah, I mean, as much as everyone's having fun at All-Stars, this is the very last game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of all of 2018 All-Stars here.
Yeah.
All or nothing. So, the nerves might get you. You might be a little bit more cautious in the opening.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, though. These guys have not shown it so far.
A quick
quick opening, too.
Cap said he was very nervous in the semifinals, seeing small shake stands, I feel like, here as well. But it's the spot where you sit there and you're like, loading screen's up, deep breath, like, it's one game, there's no jungle ganks, there's no RNG. It's just like, okay, did I play it right?
They had 2 warm-ups to think about this one.
You got to get your head in the right spot. You've got to get yourself back in the zone and playing reflexively, playing with muscle memory. You've got to get yourself back into that mind state.
All right, same skin. Corrupting Potion coming out for Pabu. Caps with the Doran 2 potions.
Are we going to see different runes? Will there be different runes, Kobe?
Well, the Keystones are the same.
Those are the same.
So, nope. Pabu going for the sustain once again.
Yep. Including the mana back. And this is, I believe, identical as well. So, okay. Exact same stuff. Same sides of the map. We'll see if we get that level 2 tower dive again.
The first one decided by 1 auto attack.
Yeah. Second one was also 1 auto attack away. Caps was dead for 1 more auto.
Yep.
But the Ignite ticked first, and Pabu went down.
All right, same thing. Same opening should happen, though. Even though we didn't have Pabu forced back to base, the Nico can get burst control, try and get some early damage on the minions. He might actually try and take a Q here, a blind, a little bit of harassment.
I would almost Q in a melee there as auto. Just because the Q would be on cooldown. So there's the Q in.
I like those mind games, too, with the first skill shots. You shoot it back, seeing if the guy is going to be, more of a defensive player.
Yeah.
But so many of these players at this...
He's going for it right there with the Q stacked up. Those are good autos.
Conquer...
With Corrupting Potion, it's a better trade. He has more sustain, but those are really good autos trailing for Caps. He got 2 airy triggers there.
Advantage for the range champion. If you retreat on the open side, not by the brush here, the range champion can get so much damage on the exit.
Yeah.
But if you retreat to the brush side, of course, for the melee, that's so much better.
Yep.
Top laner is very well accustomed to that.
And of course, Pablo gets move speed. Ooh, this is a big difference. He could die. He could die. This could go for the ignite. He could go for the play.
Flash answer!
Does Caps choose to flash ignite? That's a flash. He can get it. This could be Caps in right now. He can get that kill. One more audible do it, and Caps is the 1v1 champion.
Caps does it! Hits the finals in the World Championship and takes the 1v1 belt for himself.
And that is the trophy, the 1v1 trophy presented by Acer Predator. Caps, it belongs to you. The best mid laner in the West and the best 1v1 player in the world. Dropped a single game in the finals.
If you didn't think there could be more hype around the off-season move from Fnatic to G2, now he's going to bring an award with him.
Habu, a sad exit for him, but
honestly,
that is an experience you cherish.
Yeah, that is definitely a celebration. Yes, in the moment,